guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm at the 2019 SEMA Auto Show here in Las Vegas and walking around the Chevy booth. Of course, we're going to bring you, this is the 2021 Chevy Colorado ZR2 Dusk Edition. Let's talk a little bit about the Colorado. The Colorado is Chevy's mid-size truck to go up against the Canyon from the sister brand GMC, the Toyota Tacoma, and so on and so forth with the Nissan Frontier. What you'll see with this redesign of the ZR2 is that they've been able to take that whole concept of being an off-road, ready to rock and roll midsize to a whole new level with new styling. My big question is, have they updated the interior? But let's go ahead and dive into this 2021 Chevy ZR2 Dusk Edition. Right off the bat, I'm loving this color. This whole desert scheme really fits the whole idea of this car. And think about it, being here in Las Vegas, a lot of desert, somebody's gonna have a really good time behind the wheel of this. You can see that they still have that very, very large headlight housing. I'm surprised they didn't do something with that. So I'm gonna zonk that, but you do get the LED projector beam. As we work our way down, this is not functional. So this is for looks, and it does look good, but I wish that there would have just had this open up. You can see the way that they take the front fascia and just carve it out, just like you carve a pumpkin for Halloween, just to show off those meaty off-road tires. Now, what's amazing about this truck is we're not talking about aluminum control arms. We're talking about stamped steel, something that's gonna give you that durability as you're going off-roading and you're not gonna bend any of those shiny bits. Here's the big styling change. So new for 2021, you have the Chevrolet nameplate across. They're moving in a direction where instead of having the large bow tie, they now take the bow tie over to the side. And here's something interesting. For the first time on a Chevy ZR2, you have a flow tie. So if you notice, there's no actual bow tie there. It's been hollowed out. The first time that that was seen is that's a 2014 Z28 Camaro. They found out they can increase airflow. I'm not so sure about the gloss black, but it looks so aggressive. You can see the amount of ground clearance. And then of course we have all that protection underneath to protect the inner bits, oil pan and whatnot. But this thing is ready for the off-road lover. Going up onto the hood, I like the flat black design. Nothing heat extractor wise. I wish they would have made this a functional heat extractor, but the hood definitely looks purposeful, definitely looks aggressive. We come around the side and here's some of that magic. Now with this Dusk Edition, I like what's going on with these painted gloss black wheels, 17-inch wheel, 265 on the width, 65 series sidewall. Of course, these are going to be Goodyear, Wrangler, Duratrac, maximum grip. As we kind of peek behind, you can see all the inner bits of the suspension work. This thing is nothing but the off-road business. I like the nice flat black on the fender flare, and I think you're going to agree with me. This color is spot on. Now, when it comes to the side, you're going to get that frame protection. You're doing some rock crawling and whatnot. That's going to help protect the frame from getting all banged up. I like the placement of the Colorado badge. I think having it blacked out nice and low, instead of it having on the fender like the Silverado, is a nicer touch. We keep working our way back. You can see how the rear window is actually quite smaller than the front passenger window, but it does have a nice look to it, and that frame protection goes all the way to the rear. Speaking of the rear, in the bed of this truck, you're going to get full rollover protection with the LED light bar up top, which can raise and lower. I like the way they put the ZR2 stamped right in there, and that rear suspension. Look at what we're working with back there. You got that Multimatic setup, really great off-road suspension setup to make sure that you're not going to get stuck. ZR2 badging, very tasteful on the back. And then speaking of the back, very, very nicely done. You got your ZR2 badge here, blacked out on the Chevrolet logo. Of course, you're going to have your full towing capability. And then into the bed of the truck, they actually have the spare hard mounted in there for you in case something is to happen. But why don't we go ahead, pop the hood, and see what's powering this ZR2. All right, guys, we got the hood popped on this 2021 ZR2 Dusk Edition. Now, there are different engine options. What we're working with on this particular one is gonna be that V6. So when we're talking about V6, we're talking about you're gonna have that tried and true, remember, it's gonna be 308 horsepower, 275 pound-feet of torque. Also available will be a 2.8 liter turbo diesel engine mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. And the wonderful thing is that you got the hood struts and you have an engine that has been put through the paces, and it's nice to have choices. If you want to go with the V6, you can, or you can go with the diesel option. Both made it to that 8-speed automatic. But why don't we go ahead, we talked about the engine, let's check out the interior of the ZR2. All right guys, sitting inside this 2021 2 Dusk Edition. This is for where for me, it gets a little zonk-filled because you could see where they put the money, and the money definitely was not in the interior. Now, when you go to the door panels, you'll see some of the changes that we got. A little bit of silver trim on the bottom. You do have a cup holder that's a little smaller down there, and really a side pocket that's super small as well. Lots of hard plastic to be found, but the good news is that it is going to be able to be cleaned very easily as you're doing your off-road. Now on the dash, hard material, no ZR2 badge or anything nice to look at that way, but when it comes to your infotainment, you do have a Bose sound system, that 8-inch touch screen. I like the silver trim around here. You're going to get dual zone climate control, which is really nice. And then all this switch gear is meant for you to do the business off-roading. Heated seats, not ventilated seats, some cubby for the world's smallest phone. So if you have that, this has been built specially for you. You have a little pocket down here, no wireless charging, a USB and a USB-C. This is going to be controlling that 8-speed automatic. That same silver trim they took from up there, brought it down here. Here's where your wireless charging is going on. So if you want to do it wirelessly, it needs to be back here, not up there. Armrest is a little on the firm side. You open up, another USB, nice deep area, and then seats. You do have the ZR2 embroidery on the back, but the seats are very, very hard. So I think when you're doing off-roading, that's going to be great because you're going to be able to feel exactly what the truck is doing. But on that day-to-day grind, it may not be the best. Now on the passenger, you have electric bottom with manual back and the same setup over here. But why don't you get on over behind the business end? I'll show you behind the wheel of the ZR2. All right guys, business end time behind the wheel of the ZR2 2021. The downside, the letdown, the zonk side of things, a lot of it's still the same. Now, one thing I want to point out is I actually just met a Radies Rides family member, a subscriber by the name of Kevin. He actually told me what the purpose of that little cubby for the world's smallest cell phone. It's not. It's actually a Chevrolet designed chapstick holder. So being out here in Las Vegas, the dry air, drying the lips, you could stock that up with Burt's Bees all day long and keep your lips nice and ready to rock and roll. But the rest of the business end is really awesome. You do have the leather. I hate these Game Boy buttons. I'm not really into that. I wish that they would just bring a little bit more pizzazz, but everything is straightforward. And you know what? When you're doing your off-roading, that's how you want it to be. You don't want to be sitting in a plush area. You want something rugged, something that's easy to keep clean, and something that's going to get you from not being stuck. But if it's things like this you want to keep seeing on Radies Rides, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Radies Rides family. And definitely, Kevin, thank you for that little tip. I'm going to use that for future Chevrolet reviews. Got to give it up to Big Guns McGee, working that camera in the champ, working the crowd. And just like always, I'll see you on the next ride.